All right, guys, we are back with another episode of Mushoku Tensei. We have episode 8 of season 2 here up and ready to go. So it has been a minute, guys. I thought I was going to record after like 3 weeks of being here. I think it's actually been like a month and a half, maybe. That's my fault. That is very much my fault. I was lazy for the first few weeks. I went on a big trip with my fiance, and then I got sick, and it was just a mess. You guys did not want to see me in that state, like, at all. So here we finally are again. I'm a little bit rusty on the Mushoku Tensei stuff, on everything, man. I'm rusty on the YouTube game. I'm rusty on everything. It feels weird to have been away from it for that long, but, you know, we're here. I kind of skimmed through episode 7 again, just so I know kind of what happened before I took my little break, but all I know is I have the episode open. I'm looking at Mr. Griff right here. I think that's his name, right? Griff. And I'm excited to see what they do with him, because his character has been interesting to me just for the fact that he is kind of like an oddball that I don't know if they're turning him to like a good guy or a bad guy or what they're doing with him so far after all his stuff with Adis and kind of rivalry with Rudy, unspoken rivalry with Rudy, who doesn't even know what's going on. Oh, and also, since I'm in Peru again, you probably hear all the background noise. Apologies. Gonna try to edit as much of it out as I can. So I think I'm just gonna hop right into it. I've made you guys wait long enough, so let's just hop right into the episode and see what happens. So let's go. What's going on here? Yeah. I'm with him on this one. I agree. Man's just trying to study. This is a classroom. No talking about hands and skirts. Why would Rudy do that, though? I thought he got his whole thing dealt with last episode. I thought that man was like, no, it didn't work. Move on. Man's still trying, huh? Okay. See, at least Rudy's got the respect. Yep, she's listening to him. The whole, you guys did explain to me in the comments, the whole kind of like, you know, with the Beast people, the fact that Rudy kind of like, he, I guess, sort of in a way showed he was the alpha, and that's how, like, you know, the Beast people kind of see it. Sounds a little odd, but I mean, that's just what I'm going with. So now he's got these two as like allies, right? He doesn't have to worry about revenge or anything like that for what he did to them. Yep, everyone's just staring my boy down. Man needs friends. I mean, Griff's probably lonely as hell, right? Like, who does this man talk to? Alina Elise? What's she doing? Oh, she's probably doing something bad up there. Don't go investigate. Huh? What? It's not Eddie's, bro. Don't worry. Oh, did Eddie's just get replaced like that, man? In this man's heart, it was just as quick as that? That's brutal. Griff, you player, dog. I mean, maybe he's moved on. Maybe he's a much healthier mentally person than Rudy, I suppose. If that's the case, I gotta respect it. I can't even lie. I respect Griff. Who's that? That's not Griff, is it? Yeah, Rudy, we know this man don't like bullies. On a turtle? Why did he call him a turtle? I think it's Griff, isn't it? This feels like a Griff-centric episode, but yeah. I mean, they knew who Rudy was, though. They called him by his name, Quagmire. So I imagine, I guess they've heard what he did in the like test against Fitz. So they know what he did to Fitz. So I guess like Rudy is seen as, oh, and with everything with the Beast Girls. So news has been spreading around the school, bro. They know, don't mess with Quagmire. A poor Griff, though, man. Oh, now he's like, yeah, I don't owe you anything. Oh. Man is actually emotionally mature. Man slipped for a second, but bro was like, you know what? No, thank you. That might be the first time I've ever seen that happen in an anime before, if I'm being honest, where they're not like immediately hostile because of bad blood in the past. This man was like, he moved on. Well, not fully, obviously. You can tell he was mad for a second about it. But still, like, Man was like, no, no, I owe you thank you, a bit of gratitude at least. Props to you, Griff. Man is shooting up. For some reason, I really have a liking to Griff. I didn't like him in the OVA. He was a young idiot. And that's the thing, is he was a kid. He seems to have matured a lot. Oh. Oh, was he doing it to get close to Alina Elise? Oh, you son of a bitch. Practice asking her. It's like, man, I don't even know you that well, but I'll do you a favor, yeah. Hey, at least she's hanging out the window with her clothes on this time. I mean, does he know about that part of her? They weren't lying. Oh, yeah. I mean, oh. I think his weaknesses, bro, it's just girls. Like, it is so easy to get into this man's inner circle. You just have to know the girl that he's interested at that point. Like, if you had come to him a few years ago saying, hey, I'm buddies with Eddie's, bro, you're in. Like, that man is telling you everything. He just wants... he needs every opportunity he can get, dude. Like I said, a little bit weird. I was not expecting him to have moved on from Eddie's like that. Like, obviously, they only spent like a day together. I guess I can't assume that much. Maybe he still has feelings for Eddie's, but not strong enough that he wouldn't move on from it. This to another girl, at least, that he's interested in. Props to you, boy. Props to your boy, Griff. It is Griff, right? I'm not messing that up. Sylph, a little worried for a second. She was stressing. Cliff. Ooh. Sorry. I'm sorry. I should have known. They probably said his name, like, right off the bat. They probably did. And I just skipped over it. I'm sorry. I've been calling him Griff. I'll put a text card in the beginning saying, I eventually learn, okay? Apologies. I think I did that last time, too. He just looks like a Griff to me. Oh, you would never guess, buddy. For a chat. Man's like, that's what I start with. Personal... Maybe moving a little fast there. Maybe should start with, what are your hobbies? Your interests. Oh. Oh, that's true. This is actually kind of complicated. I forgot about the whole, like, she pays the guys to not catch feelings for her thing. So now, like, to have some guy fall in love with her without her even doing anything to him, that probably doesn't feel too great. Like, that probably makes things a little bit more awkward. I don't know if they've actually mentioned this in the anime, so I don't know if it's really, like, something that got spoiled for me. I think you guys explained that it wasn't that big of a deal. The fact that she has that curse where, like, she has to sleep with people in order to stay alive, sort of thing. So I guess that doesn't really allow room for a relationship, which kind of sucks. Oh, poor Cliff, man. Okay, so they're mentioning it to us anyway. So that's good. Not spoiled. Still, like, I am kind of surprised if Rudy knew about the curse that he would have, like, that's something you would want to mention to Cliff, right? You'd want to tell him that before, well, I don't know. It is kind of personal, though. That's tough. It's just complicated all around. Best outcome. Oh. I don't think it's gonna... Is it gonna end like he thinks it will? Or... I don't know. Oh, no. Yep. Not quite the way we expected it to go. But... What did he say to the news? To control myself. If it was that easy, you can just control yourself? I mean, what does the curse do? Does it kill her? It must. I think that's what you guys said. I'll lift your curse. Okay, Oh. Just straight up, just everyone cringe. Just why is she so mad? The Beast Girl. Props though. I did not think they'd be getting into a relationship, but hey, Cliff, man, kind of deserves it after what he went through with Eddie's. I know he was kind of a tool with Eddie's. You know, he was young though, so I'm not gonna hold it against him at this point. I just want to say I'm okay with the relationship. Kind of, it's almost endearing, the fact that they actually fell for each other that quickly. Like, I actually kind of respect it. Though it's going to be awkward. It could very well turn awkward. But actually, I do remember you guys mentioning in the comments that she is actually like super old, right? Being an elf, she's actually quite up there in age. And and Cliff is 15, 16, something like that. Yeah. That, gross. That was some good framing. He's like, what? What? Damn, that's a deep voice on that lady. What? Oh, that's why it's up to. Oh God. Rudy's like, that wasn't in the fine print. Nobody. Oh, that was the fine print. Just the rest is up to you. Ooh, didn't stand a chance. Yeah, who's the blue-haired girl? Why was she here? Oh, is that the other special student lady? The one that stays in her room? Watching it. Yeah, that's the thing he's worried about, is the unwashed part. He's not worried about the actual battling. That man's not even gonna break a sweat during that. But the fact that they're just nasty dudes. Oh. Rudy's like, why did it all of a sudden get so cold in here? Oh. Did the girl do that? Oh. Oh, this guy. I mean, I guess you just made it. Well, I don't think he made it any easier for Rudy. This looks like it's not going to go too well. Fiance. So, you have a fiance. Why are you trying to marry another girl, you weirdo? Me too, bro. Yeah, sorry. The whole fiance thing, I kind of skipped over it. But that's the small girl, right? The small demon lady. I mean, I don't really appreciate that she looks like a child while he looks like a goddamn. I don't know what this man looks like. I don't know. What do you compare this man to? Forearms from Ben 10? Like, that's the closest thing I know. And I think there's a Mortal Kombat character that looks kind of like him. Either way, it's a very odd-looking couple. Just a tiny bit. A little bit more. In the place. Oh, really? She spoke that highly of him. Yeah, Rudy's just learning this now. Just straight up. Gave him some cheat codes. Yeah, man learned his lesson. He's like, I can't just bring up the name and expect the best. Oh, man. Oh, no. Please don't attack me. Please. Okay. What is this man? I mean, I guess I like him. I like him. When I first saw him, I thought he was going to be like the villain of this season, like kind of the main villain. You know, so far, just seems like a bit of a bro. I respect that he is kind of giving Rudy a little bit of information. Like, yeah, dude, your mana is ridiculous. It's off the charts, bro. One of you guys said in the comment The author compared Rudy's mana. What was it? If Edis's is the size of a cheeseburger, Rudy's is the moon, or some ridiculous shit like that. Like Rudy's just ridiculously overpowered. Oh, well, needs a staff. I hope Rudy just beats him. Like, this man seems ridiculously strong, but don't. bro, that shut him up. Yep, he's like, oh god, am I about to get killed for Orsted? Might explode, like, including magic? Okay, just wound. Like, is man just gonna stand there and let him do it? Just imagine he just gets blown sky high. Oh, okay. Yeah, what he used against Orsted. Oh, I don't think it's gonna do any damage. Like, we know the power that was behind that. Oh, damn, the drill? I don't know if it's gonna work. This man looks like he can just catch it with just one of his hands. Yeah, man's not even stressing. Bro's grinning at it. Ooh, okay. Did man just get split in half? Yes, that looks like just the lower half of his body. No, there's no way. That must be a defense mechanism or something. He just killed that man. Imagine man made that challenge and there's actually like nothing special about him. He's just a dude, a big buff dude, and just immediately just gets killed. But he's like, how am I going to explain this, bro? I went so overkill. Oh. Is he small? Why is he so small? Oh, can man, like, take his body apart? That's wild. I mean, that was easy. Yeah. I mean, man was a contestant and the judge. My turn. Uh-huh. Oh. You know what? Could have been a lot worse. At least it was one hand. Man wakes up and he's just standing over him. Oh. Snowing? It was winter? It looked like summertime. Pass. Oh! Bro just doesn't learn his lesson. Oh no. He's back already? I mean, why was the demon god here? Or the demon king, I mean. He didn't actually... Ow. Joining us. Bro just threw on a uniform and literally caved through the roof. What an interesting fellow. What an interesting guy. You know what? I respect him though. I like that guy. He's nice and positive. He's always laughing. He is hyping up your boy Rudy. He's telling him how it is. He's like, man, your mana is off the charts, off the rails. He's a good dude. I respect him. I think he's going to make a good addition to the cast. Like I said, when I first saw him, I thought that man was going to be like evil or just a bully or something. And you know what? He could be seen that way. You know, he does show up and beat like 50 beast people just for challenging him. And even when he loses the competition, he still has to get one hit in at least. But, you know, there's definitely a lot worse people in this world. So I'd say, you know, he's doing pretty all right. I'd say I like him. It was a good episode. I respected it. These episodes have sort of been more like character introductions in a way. This episode and last episode. Last episode was for the Beast Girls, getting them like sort of involved with Rudy and their dynamic. And now we have this guy, Body for short. He's cool. I like him. He seems like, I don't know if he's going to be a friend. I hope so. It would be awesome to have this man on our side for sure. Having him as an ally in any battle, I think would be kind of a win. Man can take himself apart. Man can take his whole body apart and put back together like no problem. They all seem like great characters so far though. I'm glad that we're getting this time to introduce to them. It is kind of putting them sort of the plot itself is getting pushed to the side, like the main plot. Obviously, the characters are important in this show, and I'm always happy to get more characters, but it does make these episodes a bit more like, not as much to talk about, just because it's about like romance and new characters and stuff, and it's all cool, but there's no like, big emotional stuff, big trauma, anything like that. Though this episode was interesting for the Cliff and Elena Lease stuff because of, the curse and how that's going to affect them in the future. I almost thought, like, this episode, after they got together, I thought it would be more about them, and then they'd maybe end up, like, it would be just, like, a comedic slapstick thing. Like, the next scene, they'd be broken up because, Elena Lease couldn't control herself or something. But it seems like they might be trying to make it last, which is cool, because I like to see Elena Lease, actually maybe happy with somebody rather than having to, move on to each guy. Though that is her curse, like, that's not specifically her choice to do. So I'm not, like, judging her for it. I'm just saying it's nice to have somebody that you can actually, like, be with, right? Like Cliff is being for her. It's just how they're going to work out the curse thing. It'll be tough. Like, she just said she was going to suffer through it or push through it. I don't know how you do that if you literally just die if you don't do it. Like, is it a slow, painful death or something like that? It'll be interesting to see what comes of that. Cliff obviously said he was going to try to help her with the curse, try to lift it. Man is good with magic. We know he kind of knows what he's up to. Like, he is definitely not on the same level as Rudy, but he is above average for magicians, wizards, whatever they're called. So, no, that's an interesting story. And the stuff with Body, him being a new student, probably joining this special class. Don't know if he did the paperwork for it. I figure no, I think he just threw on the uniform and showed up. That's fine. I don't think anybody's going to be trying to kick that man out. The teachers aren't going to want any piece of that. Just seems like a very promising start to his character. And I hope that he does stay on our side. Like I said, the relationship stuff between him and the demon queen or demon lord, I guess is what she calls herself, right? That's a little... I hope we don't ever have to see that on screen, because that's a little weird to think about. But, keep him at a distance. It's okay. I won't judge too harshly about that either. What else is there really to talk about? Like, the fight was cool. It's cool that Rudy was able to, like... We were able to see that move that he used against Orsted, and how, like, actually incredibly... It already looked pretty powerful when he used it against Orsted, except Orsted is ridiculously overpowered. Man was able to stop it with one hand, though it did leave, like, a bit of a scratch on Orsted, or at least an impact mark. So it did some damage to him, I suppose. But this was it. Full power. Man quite literally blew Body away with it, like, into pieces, bro. Into shreds. Like, I feel like that sort of spell, someone else would do it, and they'd be done for the day, right? Like, that would be all they could handle. Rudy, man, he's not even tired. Dude, like, man doesn't even look like he's struggling with it. It looks like he's just practicing more. Like, this is his, like, warm-up. Because it is, right? If his mana is really that extensive, making just a piece of, like, metal or rock, whatever that drill is made of that he shoots the bullet, making that and sending it, like, flying, like, that can't affect, that can't be a whole lot compared to how much mana he has stacked up. So, and we've seen him do, like, fire magic, incredible fire magic, storms, wind, ridiculous stuff, man. We've seen him do crazy things, and he was able to do that to a demon king with just that little spell. Like, this whole series is basically just a power scale for Rudy. Like, just so that we can see how ridiculously tough he is, how ridiculously overpowered he is. The only thing that holds him back in a fight is literally his confidence. Like, if he doesn't think he can match up with something, he won't match up with something. But if he straight up knows it's an easy fight, he wipes the floor with him. He's basically like One Punch Man, but with, like, anxiety. Like, if he wanted to, he could just take over the planet at this point. Like, Rudy, he could just summon a storm to wrap the entirety of planet Earth, and that would be it. Like, what could anybody do? Nothing. The only one who could stop him is Orsted. Yeah, man, like, it's awesome to continue seeing Rudy and how strong he is. Because for a minute, I thought he was going to struggle. I didn't think that he was going to be able to damage the Demon King like that easily. Well, obviously, the Demon King, like, he wasn't hurt. Like, he was laughing about it. And there wasn't blood or anything. But still, like, I thought maybe he was still just going to be standing there. Like, he wasn't even going to be pushed by the thing. But no, he actually, did damage. And the guy had to admit it and just kind of admit defeat. So he could just do that. And that's just what the show is just showing off Rudy's powers. Like, maybe that's all the animators want to do. They just want to see, like, hey, look what we can do with magic animation. Like, we practiced for years. Like, this is what we're doing. No, like, I love the show, man. I love being able to, it feels so hype seeing Rudy, who doesn't really believe in himself. Well, he does, but he also doesn't think he's that good. It's weird. But either way, he doesn't believe in himself. And meanwhile, he can just do this shit. And that was, even this episode, it was just small stuff. Like, he could have done the same thing, man, with all, like, 50 or 100 of those beast people who are coming for the proposal crap. He wouldn't have struggled. He would have owned that shit. He would have destroyed them. But he didn't have to. We know he would have. He wasn't, and I think he kind of knew too, because he wasn't too stressed about it. He was like, okay, like, let's go deal with it, I suppose. It was just good. The whole episode was good. I'm just saying, like, that's kind of all there was to talk about, was Rudy's power leveling and a few new character stuff. I'm enjoying it so far. It's cool to see these characters. It's cool to see Rudy's powers in action. You guys did tell me that this whole arc is more like, development, character development. And I'm fine with that. I love character development. Just, it is nice to get these little bits of action in there. And to continue seeing Rudy, like, using his powers. And I'm glad that the Demon King body told Rudy, like, hey, your mana is ridiculously overpowered. You're on the place level. I'm glad someone finally told him that. Like, Rudy kind of knew, he had an idea, but it's nice that he has that confirmation, at least from somebody who he knows is powerful. So I'm interested on what the dynamic is going to be with him and Rudy. Like, best buds, like, rivals, could be kind of whatever at this point. Could be either. But either way, I think I'm going to end the video off there because I've been talking long enough and I still need to record Kuroko no Basket. Also been a month since I did anything with that. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed, please be sure to drop a like, subscribe to the channel. I promise it won't be as long of a wait next time for another episode. I'm going to record Kuroko now and then I'm going to try to record again in the next few days or something just so that I can kind of get ahead again. But yeah, so if you enjoyed, drop a like, subscribe. Comment down below your thoughts on the video episode. Anything I missed, let me know. And you guys can check out my Patreon in the description. Gives you early access to my videos and helps to support me a little bit more. Plus, it's just highly appreciated from me. And yeah, that is it. So I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. And I'll talk to you all later. Peace.